Republicans gathered at the Peppermill today for their state convention. The aim was to rally the party faithful and elect delegates to the national convention. But as Ed Pierce reports, funny thing happened on the way to party unity.
The race for the party's nomination was over months ago. Most of the people in the room didn't caucus for the eventual winner, John McCain, back in January. But at this point, Nevada Republicans usually bury any hard feelings, rally around the party's choice, and unify behind the task ahead. That was the message the man who did win the Nevada GOP caucus brought to the convention today.
I expect the people who supported me are going to support John McCain.
I was for Mitt Romney. He gave a great speech today. And the only thing we can do is get behind John McCain.
No, I think at the end of the day, McCain's going to be very solid.
The calls for party unity were expected and were pro forma. What they didn't count on were the supporters of candidate Ron Paul. Remember him? Even if you have, you may have forgotten he's still running. And unlike Romney, Paul didn't come to Reno to preach unity.
Unity for unity's sake doesn't have a lot of value to it, especially if you endorse views that are more democratic than traditionally Republican.
The Texas congressman attracted a passionate and committed following in Nevada and actually edged out John McCain for second place in the state's caucus. That showing wasn't the end of his influence, though. His supporters also showed up for precinct and county meetings, and so today the delegates in the hall included many from his camp. Neither they nor their candidate were ready to quit. Are we going to have a fight today?
It looks like we might. I hope not, but it depends on what the leadership wants to do. Everything's been railroaded so far, as we can see.
The clash came early in a floor fight over convention rules. The party hierarchy had decided to assign the selection of delegates to the national convention to a committee instead of nominating them from the floor. Paul's supporters read that as an attempt to disenfranchise them. When it finally came to a vote, there were enough Paul supporters and others to change back the rules. When the Nevada delegation departs for Minneapolis this September, it will apparently include a number of delegates committed to Ron Paul and committed to carrying his message all the way to the national convention. Ed Pierce, Colo 8 News.
Late word from the convention tonight is that the fight over those delegate selections has forced cancellation of the convention itself. Delegates were told to leave. The Ron Paul supporters stayed behind and were trying to call the chairman back to reconvene the meeting. It was reported that the chairman, State Senator Bob Beers, was escorted from the building by Peppermill security. And there's talk of a do-over convention in Las Vegas.